Hey guys, how are we doing? So as of last night, before filming this video, I finished Darling in the FranXX, and I'm just going to put it out there, I absolutely loved this anime. I absolutely friggin' loved everything about it. I mean, yes, it got weird near the end, but I'm a fan of Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill, so I kind of like am used to those kind of weird endings happening. But I absolutely fell in love with this show, and as soon as it comes out on DVD, as soon as everything, you know, I'm gonna own this because I love it. Darling in the FranXX is amazing. I'm gonna be honest as well. I cried at the end. I did. I thought it was beautiful, and I think that maybe the show's getting a bit of stick. I don't know. So I seen Gigguk let's put up a Darling in the FranXX video, so I thought, let's get his perspective on all this, you know? This would be entertaining, funny, and be interesting to see what he has to say on the show in general. So let's get into this. This is Darling in the FranXX, the never-ending ride.
Every so often, the anime community is graced with a roller coaster of a show, and as an audience member, once you've committed to getting on the ride, you can either sit back, accept that you're here to the end, and try to enjoy your time.
I did.
Or you can act like this. Darling in the FranXX is the latest roller coaster to set this anime community on fire.
I loved it.
The show had a lot of hype going into it, being the latest collaboration between the famed A1 Pictures, Studio Trigger, Hayao Miyazaki, Fox News, Cannabis Science Inc., Wreck-It Ralph, Sesame Street, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For weeks, viewers have toiled over its many subtle themes, messages, and symbolism, but today I will present the definite proof over everything the show is trying to say, while ultimately assessing if this is truly the next modern mecha masterpiece, or just another show that shit the bed after high early expectations, which, you know, I'm not going to name any names because I'm not that kind of person. We don't shit talk here on this channel. We start with the title, which, if you look closely, is a clever nod referring to the main character's name, Darling, and the mechas that they pilot, Super Kawaii Momo Robot Waifu Death Squad. The basic premise is about a bunch of angsty teenagers who have to fight monsters in a post-apocalyptic world. And a lot of people have compared this to Evangelion, but after careful analysis over countless seconds, I can conclude that this has absolutely no merit at all. Look guys, not every show about giant robots fighting monsters in a post-apocalyptic world is ripping off of Ava. I mean, one has a pilot who doesn't want to get in the robot, and the other one has one who really does.
Wants to.
There you go. Nothing alike. Plus, Darling in the FranXX is a heavy sexualized show. And, you know, Ava wasn't sexualized at all, so there's also a big difference there. Plus, A1 Pictures and Studio Trigger are very active studios, while Hideaki Anno is never going to give us Ava 4.0. Now, in Evangelion, you had these monsters called angels, and on the other side, you have Klaxosaurs, which are like robot dinosaurs, which is totally different.
Stop sarcastically comparing them both.
They have a core that needs to be destroyed in order to kill them. And the important thing is it's set up so they almost have to fight a different monster every week. So I don't know how Evangelion can even begin to compare to that. Let's not forget that Darling in the Fran had a scene where a pilot is just freaking out in the cockpit. Yes,
that's what made me compare it to it.
The idea for this scene was something that was totally innovative in the genre of mecha, while Evangelion also had iconic scenes that would be totally obvious if someone copied them, and I didn't see any kind of...
That one as well, made me go, wow.
So you might say, well, what about these mysterious organisations that seem to be controlling everything? And that's such a superficial observation, because then I would say, well, where's Ava's two-pilot system that directly depends on synchronisation levels, huh? And let's not forget that in Fran, only children can pilot the mechas. So I don't know how Evangelion can even begin to compare
Jesus Christ, man. Leave it alone.
Dickheads still want to compare the two because they both have biomechanical mechs. But then they obviously haven't gotten to the twist yet when it's revealed that the mechs they were piloting are actually Klaxosaurs. That's right. They were piloting the monsters they were fighting this entire time. You stupid shit. So I don't know how Evangelion can even begin to compare to that. This is not to mention the cast we are presented with. Right off the bat, we are introduced to a naked pink-haired 02 emerging like a goddess.
She's amazing.
Of course, our main character, Darling, is immediately like...
Hero. His name's Hero. And he's not like that. He's embarrassed that he has those.
Smells like best girl. Later, we see their relationship develop and even have a backstory revealed.
It's so good. Aww.
And as you can see here, the results are clear as after years of funding and research, we are finally getting closer to a cure for cancer. An interesting fact you may not know is that everyone's name corresponds to their code number in Japanese. For example, Zero's 2 name in Japanese would be Oni. Oni, which in Japanese folklore is a kind of demon character with horns. Similarly, code 015 Ichigo can be split into Ichi and Go. Ichigo 15, which represents the exact number of people who legitimately thought she was best girl. Though with such a big cast, it can get hard to remember names, so it's much easier to remember them by their unique code names.
Gigguk.
Cucker, Cucky, Cucklord, I don't give a cuck, LGBT cuck, my big fat cuck wedding, you cucking what, mate? The Cuckle brother, and of course, Cuck me harder, daddy.
This is brilliant.
A popular trope in anime, but Darling in the FranXX manages to take this to the next level. With such intricate character relationships, you need a far more complicated shape to keep track of it all. You start with 02, who is a clone of 01, and is in a simple love triangle with Darling and Ichigo. However, Ichigo has other characters who are interested in her, in Goro and Ikuno. Darling, on the other hand, used to share a close relationship with Mitsuru, who really ended up with Kokoro, who was loved by Futoshi, creating this big line. Meanwhile, Miku and Zerome are just doing their own thing.
Yeah, they really are.
From everyone else.
They don't do anything.
If we put this all together, you can see that, oh, for fuck's sake! Much discussion has been had over the actions of the cast members, with criticism being thrown in every direction. But upon closer inspection, every single action makes perfect sense and has a deeper meaning.
Yeah, it does.
Like... This controversial kiss garnered a lot of hate for Ichigo, with critics analysing every frame of this to come to the conclusion that this was the classic literary tactic we know as a dick move.
Yes.
But looking deeply into the scene, many may have missed the subtext of what he was trying to say. See, episode 14 aired in April of 2018, exactly 9 years after League of Legends started closed beta testing. What? Not only that, but if we add all the code numbers of the 3 members present, we get 87. 87. Patch 8.7 of League of Legends was released in April 2018.
What the frick?
And that's when I understood. This kiss represents League of Legends international tournament performances, and Goro is NA. Anyone familiar with trigger shows and the history of their staff will know that they sometimes like to put in the odd sex metaphors in their work.
I did think it was like Evangelion and Gurren Lagann Mash.
If you do, you may be able to spot some sexual metaphors.
Yes, there are definitely some metaphors in this.
Was when 02 offered bread dipped in honey. This is reference to honey, the pet name married couples can often refer to each other as, hinting at consummating their relationship, which in marriage obviously refers to sexual intercourse.
Yeah, not all the other stuff.
That's the only one I could find.
Yeah,
appreciation also has to be given for what this has done for the genre of mecha. When we think of giant robots in the iconic genre of mecha, you may be reminded of metallic Goliaths, marvels of human engineering, a cultural icon that has inspired the fields of robotic in real life.
Smiley-faced robots.
What's so incredible about this show is that it has the balls to look at these and go, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, literally, fuck that. I want to fuck giant robots, and made lootable giant robots. In an interview with the mecha designer about where he got his inspiration for these revolutionary designs, he was noted for replying with the single line, "Where there's a will, there's a way to stick your dick in it." And this leads us to the latter part of the series, where we finally get an explanation about the world and history in episode 19. For you see... Oh, I'm sorry, I accidentally hit the fast forward button there. Let me get us back on track. What?
Yeah, it really did a freaking twist at the end.
I don't know why there are aliens or why there are space battles or who Burma.
It really did a Gurren Lagann.
What is going on? So you know, I must have accidentally skipped a whole season. Let me check this. It's still episode 20.
Yeah, there's still 4 episodes after that.
This moment that I had an epiphany. Maybe the show about angst teens piloting giant robots using the power of butt sex wasn't the revolutionary show I thought it was gonna be. What the fuck, right? Now, I don't know what the creative process behind having such a big plot turn so late in the series was, but according to some sources, it went a little something like this. Okay, it's episode 20. What do we have planned? This is when you wanted to add the aliens? Did I say that? When? Well, bitches, Trigger's in the house now. We need girls, we need bullies,
Till we kill music,
we need some motherfucking
that's what
aliens.
happened.
That doesn't sound like me. Well, at least we have another 25 episodes to flesh this out. Actually, the show is too cool. What do you mean it's only too cool? It means we only have 24 episodes.
Yeah.
But as I looked deeper, things just didn't add up.
What?
Why aliens? Why are they called verm? Wait a minute. Verm? Ape? Vampire. How are vampires involved? Could this be a metaphor for aliens sucking the life force out of Earth as had been explained in the exposition? Or was Alex Jones the writer for this the entire time?
They're psychic vampires stealing the energy from the kids. It's a vampire conspiracy in that they are interdimensionally sucking the essence of our youth.
Right.
And they believe they're possessed by an off-world entity.
There we go.
How many other staff members were really involved? Was any information we were given accurate at all? Driven, I searched hard to see if I could find any evidence. But unfortunately, there were zero resources available to me as my anime list was still under maintenance. And then it hit me. The cuckfest, ass-worshipping, angsty giant robot show was a front. This was a diversion orchestrated by a grand mastermind in order to pull the wool over our eyes over the truth. This was no A1 Pictures project. There was no Studio Trigger involved.
Okay.
So, you may be wondering, who is responsible?
Yeah.
It was Hideaki Anno all along, you fucking idiots! This was Ava 4.0 the entire time! Wake up, America! Hey guys, thank you very much this month too. Nicholas Tatum, Sundown Fun, Me Team at Lebanon, Sisters 10086, Elifal, Robert Harnborg, and everyone else on Patreon for helping to support me for this month and making this video. Sorry, no video of me and not many updates today as I am back from AX. I am so exhausted, I am about to collapse, so I don't really want to show my face right now. So I don't know what else to say right now. Thanks for watching. If you like the video,
Jesus Christ, that was incredible.
To smash that like button. No. Obliterate that like button. No. Fucking destroy that like button right now, you worthless piece of shit. Have a great day.
That was too funny. That was genius. I was expecting like a proper like look at the show, whether he's just like, nope. Well, I liked it. I liked it, and yes, it did go off on a bad tangent at the end, but it didn't like feel completely out of place. If you pay attention to everything that goes on, it isn't like too out there. I mean, yeah, it is, but God, that wasn't serious in any part at all. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. That was that was too good. Gigguk, man, you're so good at these. I hope to God someday I can make videos just as good as you when I start getting into that. Wow. Anyway, I'm just going to end it there. Thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? What did you think of Darling in the Franks? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys. It's all for you guys. Next time. Bye.